5 women shot dead on a quiet Saturday morning in a suburban clothing store. For 15 years, authorities searching for that clue that could crack the unsolved murder mystery, looking for a break. We've long reported that police were also listening for a break from an audio recording of the killer. Now tonight, the I-Team with new details about that recording and hopes that future technology could someday solve an old case.
Smile at her every day.
This is the last photo Michelle Tallis took with her sister Jennifer, the handmade frame decorated with pieces of one of her favorite shirts.
I think about her every day, but when you say 15 years, I'm shocked.
15 years ago tonight, February 2nd, 2008, Jennifer Bishop, Carrie Chuso, Connie Woolfolk, Sarah Safransky, and Rhoda McFarland were tied up and shot to death in the back of the Lane Bryant store here in Tinley Park. A 6th woman was also shot that day, but survived.
911 emergency.
Store manager Rhoda McFarland called police during the crime. Maurice Hamilton is her brother.
At this point, it's up to God and the detectives.
Former federal law enforcement agent Ed Farrell worked on the investigation.
We were tangentially involved through identifying an electronic footprint of those involved in the crime. We were contacted by the South Suburban Major Crimes Task Force, requesting assistance and just trying to identify people that might have been in the area who could have perpetrated this crime.
That high-tech evidence could eventually help solve the case.
The information's there. Now we're just trying to reverse engineer with information who that person was.
The killer claimed he was a delivery man. His voice is heard on the 911 call, and the I-Team has learned investigators have more audio of the suspect than has been released to the public.
There's auditory ways to try to match people, and we don't know what the future brings in that technology. So it's a great piece of evidence as technology advances. We have his voice. And the whole tape hasn't been disclosed. There's more than that, just one small segment.
Farrell says surveillance video shows the killer likely did not act alone.
There was one camera on a Target store that was able to capture some footage of the front of the store. And right around the time of the shootings, 2 vehicles pulled up, a SUV and a sedan. And it's believed, one of the theories is he engaged in the shooting, he had accomplices, they came out front and they sped away, because they pulled up simultaneously and left in the same amount of time. And little known is there was an officer in the Target parking lot when they went down. And when the 911 call came through, they dispatched the officer from Target. So he was only a minute or 2 minutes away. So in that small window, somehow he was able to get out of the store.
After 15 years of pain, 15 years without answers, now family members of the victims have this message to share with the killer.
I would really like to know why. When you took my sister away from me, and I'm sure this is the same for all the other families, but you affected way more lives than just their immediate lives.
You thought you were man enough to go in the store and kill 5 women and injure 6, be man enough to turn yourself in.
You may be wondering where Tinley Park police officials are in this report. Oddly, the Tinley Park police decided they would not participate in a story about the unsolved mass murder. A brief written statement on the village website quotes Police Chief Matthew Walsh as saying, "Someone out there knows something," but Walsh was unwilling to say that on camera. Chuck Gowdy, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.